Pocketcraft, and welcome to our weekly live stream. I've got some awesome decks for you today. We're going to be exploring some of the new normal deck combinations with Dialga. So there's a couple we're going to go through. The format will be a little bit different than the normal live streams we've done. We're just going to play around with a couple decks and have some fun together. If there's any cards you'd like me to try out, just put it in the comment section down below and we'll go for that. Thank you, Ethan, everybody else who's in here. If you could check out the poll on the side here. I am thinking about maybe starting to do streaming some Pokemon Nuzlocke challenges or other Pokemon challenges, and so I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts if you'd be interested in that. As far as the game goes, Ethan, that I would do Pokemon Platinum, I think could be a fun one, but I'm actually open to anything, so any of the main series Pokemon games or maybe a ROM hack or something I think would be a lot of fun. But we're going to get into this today. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as part of the team. But let's go for it. And A2, the new set, I believe is going to be dropping on February 28th or very soon. And so that's exciting. I don't know about you guys. I feel like it's pretty soon. I mean, I'm obviously excited for new cards, but I feel like there's still a ton of cards from Space Time Smackdown that I don't have yet. And so I got to hurry and get those before the new set drops. But let me know what you guys are thinking. Are you excited for the new set? What cards do you think are going to be in it? And I'd love to hear your thoughts. But going into the first battle here, I forgot to explain the deck. I showed it there briefly. But this is a Dialga Lickilicky deck, which should be fun. Lickilicky, I think, is one of the funniest Pokemon of all time. He's definitely one of my favorites because he is so weird looking, and I think the premise is kind of hilarious. So I've never really used one in anything, and so I'm excited to use it here, and I'm hopeful we can do well with it. He has the potential to do a lot of damage here, where he'll do 100 base damage, and then if you get some heads, he has the potential to do massive damage. And so I think it'd be a lot of fun. We're going to try him out. The only problem is it costs 4 energy to use his attack, but our strategy here with Dialga, we're going to try and hit that Metallic Turbo, and that'll allow us to ramp up energy on Lickilicky pretty quickly, and we should be able to get some good damage off. Now, we are going against a Darkrai deck, which is one of the more annoying ones to battle. But I think that is going to be okay. We're going to decide here, do we want to ramp up health on Lickilicky or Dialga? The most damage he can do is 80 here. With adding an energy, he can do 100. And so in that case, you can kind of take us out either way. I think we're just going to do a Rocky Helmet here to try and get some longevity. And then we'll just end our turn for now. I guess we might as well add the Giant Cave to Lickitung just so we can have some extra health here. Now we'll end our turn for now, and next turn we can start ramping up energy. The ideal with this deck is to go second, so I'm glad we were able to hit that. That allows us to put energy on more quickly than our opponent. Like most decks, you usually want to go second, except for if you're using like Executor EX or something where it evolves quickly. Yeah, Mega EX on Dialga is good. It has Steel Energy since Mega uses any energy type. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't tried that yet. That's a good idea, Ethan. I'll have to try partnering Dialga with Yanmega. I still need one Yanmega. I think I only have one so far. That's one of the cards that I'm still missing. Now, it looks like our opponent has dipped, so hopefully he comes back here, because I do think we have like a perfect start here, and I don't really want to concede because I think we've got a good shot of winning. We'll let this time limit come down. They may have lost connection there, or seems like they did something because that went away. So we'll see what happens here. This is the one thing that I wish they were more strict about in Pokemon Pocket is the time limit rules. I hate it when you're going at someone who has a bad connection and then you just have to sit here for a while. But that's all right. We're hanging out. Well, thank you guys all for being here. If you are new, comment down below something fun. What did you do today? What did you do this week? Anything exciting going on in your life? We'll give it 10 seconds here. If it doesn't give it back to our turn, okay, they didn't return. Do we win then? Well, we got a free dub there. It looks like Pokemon Pocket is being more strict about that, so that's good. I'm glad we were able to get out of there. We got our first dub. Now, we didn't really earn it, but we did get one, and so that's a good way to start off the night. We'll go again. Hopefully, we get a similar setup, because that was actually the perfect setup that you can possibly get. We went second. We started with Dialga, Lickitung, and Lickilicky in our hands, and so there's nothing really better you can start with than that. So hopefully we'll get that same thing again, but we'll start out here and see what happens. An idea as well that we could do for all of you who are watching with Pokemon Nuzlocke that I just had, we could start with Generation 1, and we could try and go through every single generation doing a Nuzlocke of that game. That would be one that would last us, a challenge that would last us for a while, but that would be a lot of fun, something we could definitely consider doing. And so let me know if you guys are interested more in traditional Nuzlockes or more kind of spicy ones like randomized Nuzlocke challenges or ROM hacks or things like that. So we're starting off against Shaman here, and it looks like it is water energy. So I'm not really sure what kind of deck this is going to be that we're coming up against. It'll definitely be an interesting one. Shaman can't really do much damage. Oh, and he shuffles our hand, which is kind of annoying, but it's not a huge deal. We did have Lickitung, and now we don't have that, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But not... Oh, well, we had Lickilicky, not Lickitung yet. So hopefully Pokeball here can pull Lickitung. We are running Pokemon Communication, so we can switch it out if need be. Dawn here allows for some interesting things. We can move some energy around. I need to try Dawn out with a Charizard EX deck. That is a pretty powerful combination. I haven't done it yet, but maybe we'll do that on one of our future live streams here and bring out a new one. So it looks like all our opponents are going pretty slow today. I assume they're still here. They were just playing a bunch, but they've mysteriously stopped. So I don't know. We've gone against two kind of foreign language opponents here, and I don't know if the connection or something's going on or if they're just dipping on us, but our Dialga's scaring them away, I guess. They know the Lickilicky is coming. All right. Well, it's our turn. We'll take our turn, and then we'll see if we get another free win here. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get actually battle, because we did start this time. We did go second again, and we have Lickitung again. So it is a good setup, and let's hope we actually get a battle. Okay, 2 Lickitungs. I'm actually going to put this one out just because he requires a lower energy cost in case something happens to Dialga here. And I'm not going to put the other Lickitung out. I've noticed here with Cyrus and some of the new decks that have been coming out, it is sometimes better to not put Pokemon on the bench. I have a bad habit of anytime I draw a Pokemon, I just put them on my bench. But I've noticed with the new like Dialga Greninja combos, or just any Greninja Cyrus combo, or any of those other bench hitters, you really want to have as few Pokemon on the bench as possible, because what happens is they'll just put some damage on a low-level Pokemon on the bench before you evolve them, and then they're able to just destroy you by using Cyrus and then bring it in and get some easy wins. And so don't put a Pokemon on the bench unless you absolutely need to. Looks like they're going to be going with a Starmie and Shaman deck, which is going to be interesting. I haven't come up against that. Gen 7 Nuzlocks are basically impossible. We should do normal Nuzlocks for hard gens and randomized Nuzlocke for easy. Okay, that's a fun idea. So if it's one of the easier games to Nuzlocke, right, we could go for a randomized Nuzlocke. If it's a harder one like Generation 7, then we could do it that way. Well, that is a fun idea, Ethan. I'll have to look into that. I'll probably do a full channel poll and let you guys all vote. But that is something that I think would be really fun that we can all do together. All right, let's see. He's probably going to evolve here. And he does evolve into Starmie. And so we're going to see, but he can't attack yet. And here comes the question. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Well, we have Lickilicky here. Now, in retrospect, what I wish I would have done is I could have used Dawn, and we could have attacked with Dialga for 100 here. But I think what we're going to do is he can only do 90 damage, and we have pretty good health. So what we're going to go for is we're going to use Metallic Turbo here. We're going to get Lickilicky fully stocked up. And then what we'll do is next turn we can use Leaf, and we'll get that free retreat into Lickilicky, who's going to be completely powered up, and he could take down Starmie pretty easily. Now, we could also just put a 4th energy here on Dialga and use Heavy Impact. And I still might do that and just let him take us out with a different Pokemon. That might be the smarter choice. So we'll do either one, but this is pretty much the strategy here, right? You're able to use Dialga to completely power up Lickilicky. While you're doing that, you can use your normal energies to power up Dialga. And then you have both these guys here who have a ton of health, can output a ton of damage, and then you can use Leaf to switch in between either one, or Dawn to change around energy if you need to. Okay, so I do think we're going to want to switch into Lickilicky because he just healed himself all the way back up. But we're able to get him down to 110 here, so if we hit 1 heads with Lickilicky, we should be safe. I'd rather have Rocky Helmet here, but I don't. We'll put the cape on Lickilicky for extra health. Actually, we won't because it doesn't really do anything for us. So we'll retreat here, right out, and then we're going to power up Dialga so he's ready if we get switched. And let's go for Licking Fury and hope we get a heads, and we get tails. That's a bummer. Okay, so we can live at least 1 hit from Starmie, so we should be okay. He doesn't have anything else powered up here, so unless he gets another Starmie online, we're still in a pretty good position. He will do a lot of damage to Lickilicky here, which is unfortunate, but we have Dialga in the back who's ready to output 100 damage. So let's see what he goes for. I'm sure his plan is to try and get another Starmie out, but he may not have one out yet. And judging by the fact that he put more energy there, he doesn't, which is an interesting move. I probably would have put an energy on Shaman here. My guess is that he doesn't actually have... Ooh, and we just got Cyrus, which actually is perfect. I don't know why. Yeah, he conceded. We had the win there. I don't think he had any grass energy, and if he would have hit Cyrus, even he did do Cyrus, but if he would have hit Dialga, it would have knocked him out, and then Lickilicky would have had full health. If I were him, I would have just gotten damage on Lickilicky and had us both close to death. But there we go. That's 2 wins in a row. Now, one of them was kind of a fake win, but we'll go here again, see if we can go 3 for 3, and then we've got another awesome normal Dialga deck we're going to be showing here. I think it's really fun because I like a lot of the normal Pokemon. Wigglytuff, Lickilicky, they're super fun, but they just kind of take a while to set up. And Dialga is that awesome Pokemon that really allows you to set them up and ramp up energy so quickly. And we get a perfect start here again. We've got Dialga, Lickitung. Now, the cool thing about Dialga, too, is you can also just use Dialga to set up a second Dialga, right? We can Metallic Charge for Lickilicky or Dialga. I'm going to go for Lickilicky just for the sake of this video. And I made the mistake again that I talked to you guys about at the beginning of the video of throwing out my Pokemon too quickly on the bench. I probably should have waited there and kept one of these in my hand for a little bit. Looks like we're probably going to go against either a Blastoise or Palkia deck is what's most common with Manaphy that I see. 2-head, one hits almost every card. It's true, yeah. So if you're able to get Lickilicky with 1 to 2 heads, or 2 heads for sure, you'll knock out, I think, every card in the game except for Venusaur, unless there's another one that I'm aware of. So this is a Mamoswine deck that we're coming against, which is actually pretty fun. I haven't come across one yet, but I think Mamoswine is a really fun card. Mamoswine's actually one of my favorite Pokemon in general, and so I want to build one of these decks pretty soon as well. So we'll be doing that in one of our future streams probably, but we're coming against one here. And now that is pretty similar to us. It'll just take a while to set up. And so we're going to have a little bit of a stalemate here while we set each other up. Now I'm trying to remember, yeah, his abilities just prevents him from fire or water Pokemon, of which we are neither. And so that does keep us pretty safe here. He doesn't have another Pokemon either, so Manaphy's not as effective as he could be. This Pokeball is not going to do anything, but we might as well use it just to get it out of the way in case we get red carded or something. So we're going to go for Metallic Turbo here. We'll put it on Lickitung. Even though we don't actually have Lickilicky yet, we're just going to hope we pull one. We've got this Lickitung in the back here. If we get Pokemon Communication, we should be able to get Lickilicky for sure. What's your guys' favorite decks that you've been playing with so far in the new set? I think these Dialga normal decks are actually probably one of my favorites. Obviously, all the Darkrai decks I think are really popular and they're pretty cool. Magnezone decks are a lot of fun. But I just think the Dialga, Lickilicky, Dialga, anything else is really fun. And I've had a good time playing with. So next turn, Piloswine is going to be online. If he evolves into Manaswine, he can get out some pretty good damage. Which puts us in a little bit of an interesting position. I forget how much damage Mamoswine can do. And so we may want to start setting up a different card in case we don't pull Lickilicky. But I think I'm going to risk it anyways. Let's just hope he doesn't have Mamoswine. If he has Mamoswine, we're donezo. Now the smart move here, and actually I'm going to do it. I wasn't sure, but I'm going to put 2 energy here on Dialga. The reason being, we do have Leaf, and I don't remember for sure, but I don't think that Mamoswine can do 150 damage. If he can, then that was my bad. But I don't think he can. And so this way, we have 2 energy on each of these. We can send Dialga out again if we need to ramp up Lickilicky, and then we can use Leaf into him. The only deck you've been able to make is a bad Garchomp deck. My luck in the new packs is awful. Shoot. Sorry about that, Ethan. That is a bummer. I feel like, similarly, they're going pretty quickly with these new sets, and I haven't been able to get all of the cards yet. Garchomp is an awesome card, but I'm sorry you haven't been able to get a good deck with it that you like yet. So hopefully you'll be able to do that soon. Garchomp is pretty fun, though, and that is a fun deck to be running. Okay, now here comes the question, guys. We could sacrifice Dialga here to ramp up a card, but I don't think that's worth it. I think we're just going to take out this Piloswine here, and then we're going to put energy on Lickilicky later. This is one of my favorite fancy full art cards I've ever pulled. I think he looks so derpy, and this is definitely probably my top 3 favorite cards I have in the game. So I decided to actually place energy here rather than ramping up. We'll use Heavy Impact. I guess I should have still used Metallic Turbo on for Lickilicky last turn rather than on this other Dialga because we did pull him, but I think it was a safer move in general. And we're pretty safe here. Yeah, he concedes. There's nothing he can really do there. So this deck is incredible. We are 3 for 3 right now. And now I was going to show you guys the other deck, and I still will, but we might keep going to see if we can go 5 for 5. In my mind, that's kind of the test of like a really, really good deck. Now, I think winning 3 out of 5 shows a good deck in general, but if you can win 5 in a row with a deck, I think that means it's a pretty relevant deck that you can use and win a lot. So we might as well go again. If we lose, we'll switch to the other deck. If not, we're going to keep going because I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. And I would like to build a Garchomp deck, but I haven't done one yet. I think I need one more Gabite. But what are you running with your Garchomp deck, Ethan? What do you have as the backup there? Now, this is unfortunate. We're starting with Lickitung and a 3 retreat cost. This is kind of the worst start you can have with this deck. And so this may be the time we do lose here. And it is against a fighting deck, which has the advantage for us. We do not have Dialga, which is not good. So we're in a little bit of trouble there. But we've got Pokemon Communication. We have 2 of them, so we should be able to get Dialga. We're just going to need a Leaf so that we can switch out. Because we do have the Lickitung here with a really high retreat cost. So we'll go for Pokeball first. And we get another Lickitung. I wish we would have started with this one. It has the better... Oh, and I'm a fool. Every time, guys, I warned you at the beginning. Every single time I grab a card, for some reason, I immediately throw it onto the bench, which is not what I should be doing. All right, it's definitely a mistake. I wish I wouldn't have done that. I could have switched him out for a Lickilicky, but that's okay. So we don't have anything to retreat with yet, and so I'm not sure if we just sack this Lickitung, and we might. I think we're just going to start putting energy on Dialga. And if we have to lose Lickitung in the process, I think it might be worth it. Now, we'll see if that's a good choice or not, but I think that might be our best bet. Then we can hopefully just use this Dialga to ramp up the Lickilicky and then switch out. We'll just put some energy on him until we get a Leaf, and then we can switch out. And, I mean, he just has Onix here. He won't be able to do damage for a while anyways. And Dialga's actually weak to fire. I thought he was going to be weak to fighting, and so we're pretty safe there. And yeah, there's nothing we can really do. We could move an energy, but I don't think it's worth it yet. So we're just going to wait, and if he knocks out Lickitung, I'm actually not going to be torn up about it. I think it's a risk worth taking. Oh, there goes Brock, so he's going to knock out Lickitung this turn, which is unfortunate, but it was a calculated risk. I think that's our best chance for winning this round. Now, Steelix isn't in the game yet. I hope they bring out Steelix EX as part of the new set. I think that would be a really interesting card to play with. You're able to ramp up energy with Steelix anyways, and then you could, with Onix, with Brock, and so you can ramp up energy pretty quickly, and I think Steelix is a pretty cool card. We'll use Dialga with Pokemon Communication here to get out Lickilicky, and then we'll start setting him up. The only good card you have is Rainbow Lickilicky, but other than that, you have nothing. Shoot, I'm sorry about that, Ethan. That stinks. I hope you're able to pull something good here soon. Eevee is an awesome card. I hope to be able to get a cool Eevee deck at some point. I haven't built one yet. I want them to bring out EX cards for the Eevee evolutions. I think that would be a really fun set, but they haven't done that yet. So we're going to go for Metallic Turbo here. That'll give him down to 100 HP, and we'll get 2 energy on Lickilicky, and then we'll probably put another energy on Dialga next turn, because as long as he doesn't heal this turn, we can take him out. And so he doesn't have any Pokemon on his bench, which is interesting. You would think he had to have something else. Thank you for the sub, Nixon. Welcome to the channel. We're glad to have you as part of the team. And yeah, this is probably going to be a Golem deck, is what I assumed. But that'll take a while to set up, even if they have Brock. And so I think we're in a pretty good position here. He will do a lot of damage with Onix, unfortunately. But I think we can take it for now. So let's put Rocky Helmet on Lickitung here. I don't think he'll be able to do enough damage to take us out next turn. And so we're going to go for Heavy Impact, take out Onix, and then we'll probably just have to switch into Lickilicky and use Dawn to ramp him up enough. That's the other reason that's awesome about this deck. Even if you can't get off the 2 Metallic Turbos, which is obviously the ideal, you can just retreat, because Dialga's retreat cost is only 2. And then if you have a Dawn, you can still move energy in time to get Lickilicky ramped up. And he does have Regirock in the back, which I'm actually not worried about because he takes like a year and a half to power up. But he does have a lot of health, which is interesting that he's retreating just so he can try and level up his Pokemon in time. And that may change what we decide to do here. Let me see, because he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. I actually still think this is probably our best bet. Yeah, because Lickilicky's going to be able to take him out this turn, and we really want to get him out before he's able to set up Golem. So it's a risk, but we're going to retreat into Lickilicky. He will do an extra 20 damage to us, which is unfortunate. But we'll put an energy on him here. Then we're going to use Dawn. And if we get heads, we can take Regirock out right now. So that's the goal. If we can get him here, that would be perfect. Okay. Move the energy over. And then let's go Licking Fury. And Tails again. Shoot, so we have not been lucky with the heads on Lickilicky yet, which is unfortunate. So it is going to give him more time to set up his Golem, which is not ideal. But that's okay. We can start ramping up Dialga again in the back. And hopefully we'll be ready for whatever he has to pull out. So he does get Golem out. Golem does 120 damage, which is pretty brutal. Lickitung is going to be our only option. He is now fully ready, which is kind of terrifying. But we're just going to have to hope that we're able to get enough heads. If we just hit him with 2 heads, we've got him. But if we don't, we're screwed. So we didn't need a heads here, which is fine. So we're able to take Regirock out. Now, he can't take us out in 1 turn, but he will take us out on his 2nd turn. So unless we get heads here, there's no way we win. Because if we switch into Dialga, we'll still get taken out. And so I think that's our only option here. So let's hope we get lucky. We'll able to get 20 damage on him. But regardless, we're going to need the 2. Oh, never mind, we lose. Every time I forget about Cyrus. Cyrus is the bane of my existence. He's my least favorite card that's been added in the new set because I have a bad habit of putting Pokemon on the bench and retreating. Oh, Thunder Gaming, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the channel. We're super happy to have you here. So let's go on. We did get 3 wins there. We got 1 L, but still 3 for 4 is a great record. And now we're going to go on to the other second deck. We're going to do another Dialga combo. This one may not be as powerful. You won't be able to do as much damage as the Lickilicky one. But you can do some other really interesting things. So the supporter cards are about the same, but this is going to be a Dialga Wigglytuff deck, which will be able to do some really interesting sleep things that I think will be a lot of fun. And we were unfortunate there with the Lickilicky. We never got what we were looking for with the heads. And so the best thing about that card, which you'll see if you try it out, and we just don't have time to go into it today, is if you do it enough, if you're able to get 1 or 2 heads, you can take out pretty much anything in the game. And it looks hilarious because it's Lickilicky. But going here, the strategy with this deck is very similar. Now, the cool thing about this deck is if you start with Jigglypuff, you actually are still in a really good position Whereas with the Lickilicky combo, if you start with Lickitung, you're kind of screwed. But here, if you start with Jigglypuff and not Dialga, you can just put that Pokemon to sleep, and you're still in a pretty good spot. But ideally, still, we want to just get 2 energy on Dialga to ramp up Jigglypuff and eventually Wigglytuff. And then once that's ramped up, Dialga should be ramped up, and from there, you can just kind of take out anything in the game. Now, unfortunately, we're going first. The goal with this deck is you want to go second. And if you go second, you can get a lot more damage out because you can ramp up your energy more quickly. So this is an interesting one. It's going to be a Magnezone combo with something grass. So we'll see if this is a Magnezone Celebi combo, which would be pretty terrifying, or Magnezone Venusaur, or whatever they're doing here. But Magnezone is probably the best card in the new set. You can pair it with literally any deck, and you're able to, again, just ramp up things so quickly. And interesting, it's probably going to be a Magnezone Leafeon deck, which I haven't come up against yet, and so that'll be a fun one to go for. I do need to build some Eevee decks to showcase on this channel, so that would be something fun we'll have to look into here pretty soon. So we're going to go Professor's Research, see if we can get Wigglytuff here, and just start getting things set up. And we get Cyrus and Dawn. Not totally what we were going for, but that's all right. I'm not going to put Jigglypuff on the deck, on our bench yet. I'm trying to be better and repent of my ways. But we'll end our turn for now because there's nothing we can do, and we'll see as he's setting up here. He's just going to wait till he can pull a Magnezone so he can start putting free energy on his Pokemon, and then he'll probably have Leafeon attack in the meantime. And so this should be a fun one. It's going pretty slow, but I think it'll be an interesting one. What I do like about all the new sets coming out, though, is I feel like I'm seeing a lot more variety. I think with the last set, every deck you came up against was either Mewtwo or Celebi, and every once in a while you'd get a different one. But, tonight I don't think we've come against a single duplicate, which I think is really awesome. And so that's something I'm very happy that I've been seeing more and more, is that we're just getting different kinds of decks out here, which is awesome. Wow. So Leafeon, I didn't realize, can do a ton of damage. That's actually a pretty scary card. He's going to do 90 damage, but he can't attack the next turn, which should give us enough time to ramp up Wigglytuff here. But, whew, that is not great. And so we'll do 20 damage there, but then he's going to be able to take us out. We don't have any healing items, and so that's pretty brutal. Now, we don't really have what we need, so hopefully we pull a Wigglytuff next turn, or we are in big trouble. And we do have Leaf. Yeah. So if we're able to get Wigglytuff, we can switch in for free here and save ourselves, which is what we need. And so fingers crossed for the Wigglytuff guys, or we're in trouble. But we'll see what happens. This is a pretty fast deck they're running. This is a pretty good idea. Oh, and he's going to switch there, which I don't think... Oh, and move in energy. That's a pretty baller move. Then he's going to evolve into Magnezone and take us out. All right, that is a fantastic deck. Or I guess even if he doesn't do that, he can just do that. Wow, that is unfortunate. They're moving pretty quick here. So we definitely need Wigglytuff now, or game is over. So their deck is pretty good, but I think we can hopefully handle it here if we pull Wigglytuff, and we do not. Now, the nice thing about Jigglypuff is he does have the awesome benefit of being the ultimate stall. So let's see if we get lucky here with Sing. And fingers crossed, I should have put energy on the other Jigglypuff, but as long as he gets Tails, we're still in this. Oh, dang it. Okay. Yeah, that's probably game. It is game, because they'll take us out this turn. So we'll concede there. That was a pretty good deck we came up against. The Magnezone ones can be a pretty annoying, but that's all right. We'll go here to the next one, see if we can get anything going. And that's cool that you also have the Rainbow Rare Lickilicky, Ethan. If you do have enough of these cards, I definitely recommend building the Lickilicky deck. That was a fun one, and as you see, it works pretty well. But let's go here, round number 2, see if we can get better luck with Wigglytuff. I think we got it this time. I think we do. Now, I think Lickilicky is probably the better option, but Wigglytuff is a fun one if you're a fan of status effects. Let's see if this is a Garchomp we're coming up against. We're going second, which is perfect, and we do get Dialga here. Okay, so this is a pretty good start, and we have Pokemon Communication, which should give us a pretty good chance at pulling Wigglytuff. Awesome, and it is a Garchomp deck, so this will be fun. So the strategy here, right, the same thing we've talked about. Main thing that happens with Dialga, we want to get up to 2 energy from Metallic Turbo, power up Wigglytuff here on the bench, and then we can go back and forth using Leaf to put Pokemon asleep when we need to. And that should be our best option here. You have 0 Dialga. Shoot, sorry, Ethan, that is unfortunate. Dialga is a fun one. I've been trying to get it the whole time. I should have done Pokeball before Professor's Research is usually the better option, but it's not a huge deal. But hopefully you can get Dialga soon, and then you can start using your Lickilicky. That is kind of the unfortunate thing, is without Dialga, Lickilicky is kind of useless because he just takes so long to power up. We do get Wigglytuff, which is huge. And so we'll go here. As long as he doesn't red card us or Mars us, we should be in a pretty good position. We'll end our turn for now. I haven't even looked at Combi. He can just get any basic Pokemon, so that's a good way to try and ramp up Pokemon for Garchomp here. Now, our one blessing against a Garchomp deck is they can occasionally not pull the energy they need. Other than that, Garchomp is really fast, and with Cynthia can do a ton of damage. And so Garchomp decks are pretty dangerous. If you watched the Lucario stream, I think we had some trouble against Garchomp a little bit. I really love the Pokemon tools. I think they're a lot of fun. Rocky Helmet, the Cape, I have a good time with them. I think that was a pretty awesome addition. So interesting choice there to put energy on Combi rather than on one of the Gibbles. I probably would have powered up them, but I think they probably recognize that the deck we're running here is a slow burn, and so they have some time. But the one thing I love about this Dialga deck is it seems like it's slow at first, and then within like 2 turns, once you get to Metallic Turbo, you have 2 Pokemon with high energy costs fully full. And so we'll have it here. We'll use Metallic Turbo this turn, and then next, and then we're going to have Dialga with full energy, Wigglytuff with full energy, and we should be able to take down pretty much anything he has. Now, unfortunately, one hit from Garchomp with Cynthia will take out Dialga, but Wigglytuff with this cape will actually live. And so ideally, we would have had that here on Dialga for him to live as well, but that's okay. The unfortunate thing is Wigglytuff doesn't do as much damage as Lickilicky. That's why I think sometimes he might be a better alternative. But if you haven't pulled Lickilicky yet, or if you like status effects, Wigglytuff is the perfect partner for him. And remember to stick around to the end of this stream, guys. If you do, you will have the option to battle with me. I'll battle with one of you guys here. And that's always a lot of fun. So we'll see what he pulls out here. He's just going to be cycling through until he gets Garchomp. Is kind of the way this deck is set up. And I can't remember all the energy that Garchomp needs, but we do have 2 water here, and he concedes. Awesome. So we do get the win there. They weren't able to get what they need. That is the one issue with a Gibble deck, and we were pretty much set up. So we'll go for one more battle here, see if we can get a legit win rather than just a concede, and then I'll battle one of you guys. And so let's get going here. Hopefully we have a fun one. That, like I said again, what I love about this new set, there's just a ton of variety. We have not come across a single duplicate deck tonight, all right, which I think is huge. Usually on our streams, we're battling like the same 2 decks over and over again, but we haven't found a duplicate yet, which is a lot of fun. 1 water, 1 fighting. Okay, that is what I thought. Thank you for that, Ethan. I couldn't remember for sure. Now, this is unfortunate. We have 2 Wigglytuff and no Jigglypuff. Hopefully we can pull Pokemon Communication, because really this does not work as well if Dialga has nothing to power up. So hopefully we can get one of those soon. And we do start, which is unfortunate, so we'll just have to end our turn. Now, I'm a little bit frightened. Porygon, if you guys haven't used Porygon, I don't have all the cards yet. Otherwise, I would showcase a deck to you. But it is one of the most powerful and annoying cards in the game. Once you get up to his final evolution, he can force you to only draw certain energy, which can completely stall certain decks and prevent them from doing anything, which I think is a ton of fun. It's a super cool idea, but really, really annoying to come in up against. Okay, we have Rocky Helmet, which we might as well put on just to get some damage off on him as he's hitting us. But we still do not have a Jigglypuff. Hopefully we draw it next turn, or at the very least another Dialga, so we can start powering something up and not waste our Metallic Turbo, because he is starting to evolve already, and he's going to be able to get off some quick damage. So here we go. If we're able to pull a Jigglypuff, we'll be in pretty good position, because we can put him to sleep and we can get there. But we do not get one yet, and we don't have Pokemon Communication either, which stinks. So best we can do is here. I can't remember how much damage Porygon, his final evolution, does, but it's probably at least 80 would be my guess, which stinks because that's all we have. So we may get KO'd here. just because we're not drawing what we need. And so, fingers crossed, guys, we can draw Jigglypuff, or he can't evolve. He does evolve, and it does do 80, so we do lose. Shoot. Okay, well, we'll go one more battle then, because we got to get a win. A legit win. We got the concede, which is still a win, but I'd like to get a legit win here. We'll go one more, and then we'll battle with you guys. Yeah, that is the one thing, again, that's awesome about Pokemon Pocket. No matter how good your deck is, if you don't draw the right cards, you are in trouble. Now, there are certain ones, like one I would like to build. There's a Dialga with, what's the name of the Pokemon? Bastiodon deck that ensures you draw Dialga first every turn. And there's some kind of sneaky things you can do like that to get the cards you need more commonly. But there is still, obviously, it's a game of chance, which makes things fun and interesting. So, let's see here if it loads and who we're coming up against. He likes Pokemon from the Sinnoh region, which is apt because that's what we're all playing with. Again, Dialga, but no Jigglypuff. But we do have a Pokeball, so we should hopefully be able to pull one. We're going first, which isn't ideal. You really want to go second with this deck, but that's okay. We're going against an Articuno EX deck, which is fun. I haven't seen one of these in a while. And we do pull Jigglypuff, which is huge. Okay, so we'll do a Pokeball here just to get more cards out of our deck. But if you've been paying attention, I am trying to be better at not making my big mistake of always filling up my bench. There's just too many cards now that can hit the bench like Greninja and then Cyrus them in and put you in a lot of trouble. So we are not going to put our other Jigglypuff on the bench unless it becomes absolutely necessary, which I don't think it will. And although we do have a second Wigglytuff, so that's actually tempting. And I might actually now, because that'll allow us to get a lot of variety. So I said I wasn't going to, but I think I am going to. So that'll allow us to switch into two different powered up Wigglytuffs. And they have enough HP that I don't think it's too dangerous with Cyrus. And so this is actually kind of the perfect setup for us, guys. So this is what we want. We have Dialga out here. He can power up. He can get 2 energy on one Wigglytuff, then 2 energy on the other Wigglytuff, and then he'll be fully powered up. And then anytime one of the other Wigglytuffs comes out, we can put energy on it, it's ready, and then we can leaf into the other one if it gets in trouble. Now, he does have Palkia in the back, which is dangerous. Palkia is able to do a lot of damage. But the nice thing about that is Palkia takes forever to power up. So we are a little bit safe there. The bigger problem at hand, however, is that Articuno is going to be able to take us out pretty soon. He won't take us out this turn, but next turn he will. I wish we had Rocky Helmets. If we did, we would be safe. Now, we can use Dawn to get enough energy on Dialga that we should be able to take out Articuno, which will probably be worth it because it'll take Palkia far too long to be able to power up to do anything. Except now we're actually pretty screwed. I think and he's using Giovanni, so he won't take us out. Now I think our best bet is we're going to leaf into a Wigglytuff here just to keep Dialga alive. If he Cyruses us, then oh well, there's nothing we can do about it. I think that's going to be our best bet. So we're going to use Leaf. Hopefully he doesn't have Cyrus. We'll retreat back here into Wigglytuff. We'll put our other Dialga on the bench, maybe. I don't think it's worth it yet. I'm going to be better and not just throw things on the bench that don't need to be there. Now we use Sleepy Song, and now it puts it to sleep, which is good. As long as he gets it Tails, we can knock him out next turn and not take any damage. Hopefully he gets Tails, because this is really where Wigglytuff comes in clutch, and he gets Heads, which sucks. So he can still do a lot of damage to us, but hopefully it's not enough time for them to power up Palkia, because he doesn't have any energy on him yet. Without Manaphy, Palkia really is a beast to do anything with. Takes forever to power up, and then you get rid of all of your energy. However, if he's able to get one of us out, we're pretty much donezo. So we'll see what happens here. I still think we're in a pretty good position. He doesn't have Manaphy out to heal, to power anything up more quickly, and we will be able to take Articuno out next turn regardless. If he uses Cyrus, that'll kind of stink. Oh, I forgot about Misty. I always forget about Misty. Let's hope he gets Tails like we did. Yes, okay, that's huge. Misty could change everything. If he Mistied, we'd be screwed. But he doesn't do that yet, and so we are somewhat safe. Still not in a great position. Our poor Dialga on the bench is not looking good. But I might even... I think we'll power up this Dialga for now. I'm not sure who we want. Yeah, I think that's our best bet. And we'll go Sleepy Song here. Take out Articuno. And as long as he does not have another Misty, I think we got this. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Does he have Misty? Let's hope not. And if we can put him to sleep, we're in kind of a perfect position here. And here comes the moment of truth. Cyrus. Whew. Yep, I did see that coming, unfortunately. We do lose Dialga. There's not really anything we can do about that. I figured that was probably going to happen. So Dialga goes down, which stinks. And we're kind of odds with Wigglytuff now. We're 2 for 2. Next win wins. As long as he doesn't have Misty, we win no matter what. If he does have Misty, we can win if we are lucky enough to get him asleep. So if we get heads, if he gets tails, I think we're going to win no matter what. I mean, he could switch some things around, but we have Cyrus, so I think we're safe as long as he gets tails. And heads. Dang it. We are not having good luck with Wigglytuff. As long as he then doesn't have good luck with Misty, we should be fine. So he's going to heal him, which actually stinks because that does give him the option. But no, because then even if he hits us, he'll lose 20 damage, but the cape prevents that, so he is safe. I don't know what our best move is here. Because he'll be able to do 150 damage, which will take out Dialga. Does he hit us? Okay, he's going to try and Sabrina us, which is annoying. We'll go here, because if he didn't Sabrina us, we could have gotten enough energy on Dialga this turn to do 100 damage, which would have taken him out if he hit Wigglytuff. But he doesn't hit Wigglytuff, so our win condition here is we need him to be put asleep. So we're going to go for Leaf here, switch into Wigglytuff, and we better get Tails this time. If we don't get Tails, then that sucks. But we've gotten enough heads that I think it's our turn. So Sleepy Song, we will get him close to getting knocked out. And here's the moment of truth. Come on. Tails, 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 heads. All right, we lose. Well, that is okay. It happens sometimes. If we would have gotten luckier with heads, we would have gotten it. But that's the one thing about decks that rely on coin flips is they never end up working the way you need them to. And his cape saved him there. We almost had the draw. But good game. GG. That's all right. We're going to go battle with one of you guys now. We'll see if we can get a win with this deck here. I like the Lickilicky deck better, but we'll use Wigglytuff because we're hoping to try and get a normal one here. So if you've been around any of the other live streams, you know how this works. But go into a private match and type in Pocket Craft as the code. It's going to cut you down to Pocket Craft because it doesn't fit all the way. And then I'll battle just the first person who it sets me up with. So make sure all of you come in. Looks like we've just got a couple of you in right here, so you have a pretty good chance. And feel free, even if you've done it before, to hop in. And I'll just do this. I may have to enter a few times to make sure it works because there is a little bit of a lag, so I'm a little bit ahead of you guys. But hopefully we can get a fun battle in here with one of you guys. So again, pretty simple. Type in Pocket Craft. It'll just cut it down to Pocket Craft. Or I guess you could just put in Pocket Craft, and then we'll go there. While we're here, make sure to check out my membership offer. If you guys love being part of the channel, if you like being around here and you want to help me more, want to be able to support me to help make more videos, memberships is really the way to do that. And it's a really cool way for us to be connected more. I offer some really fun perks. You're able to connect with me on different games. And more importantly, it just makes you part of a community. And something that I think is really fun is my favorite perk, at least, are the Pokemon mascots. You'll have a Pokemon that I'll name after you. And every single playthrough I go through, which is going to make you famous on each of these things. And so I think that's a lot of fun. But check that out. I made it cheaper than a Little Caesars pizza, which is the way I justify all of my purchases because pizza rules. Thank you for being here, Ethan. I'm excited we get to go battle again. And you're not using Scolipede. That's exciting. All right, so we're going to get a different deck here. An EV1 with a fighting energy, which is interesting. I haven't come across this before. So I'm excited to see what you're running, Ethan. And this will be fun. Hopefully we can get better luck with our Dialga deck. We have not been doing great with the Dialga Wigglytuff deck. It worked a lot better with Lickitung, so I guess we know now the best normal deck with Dialga is Lickitung, and that makes sense. It's the newer card. But I think Wigglytuff still has some promise, and so we'll still keep going and see if we can get something going there. And fighting with Eevee. I'm excited to see what you're going with. Obviously, there's no Eevee fighting evolution, so I'm assuming you got a double energy deck here. And so I'm interested to see who you're partnering with. You wanted to use Scolipede but misclicked. Oh, shoot. That's all right. For those of you who haven't noticed, Scolipede is a deck. There's a Scolipede coughing deck that I did, or wheezing deck that I built a while ago. It's a lot of fun to play with. Ethan is one that's been using it a lot. And so that is a really fun deck. You can check that out on my channel in the decks tab. And that's a great one. But for now, we'll go against this one, and we'll see what he pulls out. It's always fun to have some variety here. We do pull Wigglytuff, so we got kind of the perfect setup here. We'll get him going, and then we'll see if he's able to pull out anything else for us here. If not, Ethan might be in a bit of a dangerous situation here. If he hits us, he's out, so he's going to hopefully be able to get some Pokemon on his bench to start setting up. But we are in a pretty good position here. And let's see what happens. So he does have the potion, which will help a little bit. And let's see if anything else is coming. Sabrina us into Wigglytuff, which is a good move. Although we do have enough energy that we can still hit him with a Sleepy Song. And let's see if he's got anything else. Hopefully you can pull something. If not, I feel bad. That's the worst when you just aren't able to draw the Pokemon you need. That is definitely an unfortunate situation to be in. Looks like that's probably where he is. So this is going to be a GG, Ethan. We'll be able to hit him with Sleepy Song next turn, and that should take him out because there's no bench Pokemon. Unless, I guess, he would have gotten a ton of heads here. If that would have been nuts if he just did. I guess he only would have needed 6 or 5. No, he would have needed 6 heads, and then with the bonus. I guess he's not a fighting type, though, so yeah, he still would have needed 7 heads. But that would have been nuts if he got 7 heads. Got nothing. Shoot. Rip, Ethan. Sorry about that, man. Let us know in the comments, though, what deck you were running. I'd be interested to see who was going with it if you were able to get better luck there. Sorry about the bad luck, but GG. Thank you guys for being here on the stream. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Love having you guys here. We'll be having another stream, not next week, actually, funnily enough. Believe it or not, I am playing on an inner tube water polo team, which is just as silly as it sounds. But we've got a big game next Tuesday, and so I won't be able to stream at the normal time, but then we'll be coming back, and I'm going to be doing some polls. Check it out on my channel to see what kind of Nuzlocke you guys might be interested in watching, and see if we might stream some of those as well. But I've got some big Cobblemon videos coming out for you Cobblemon fans. Make sure to check that out. But thank you guys so much for watching. You're the best. Love having you around.